Hi, I'm Karen, also known as Rockin' Mopar Girl. Today I'm going to be doing an install of a Hurst automatic billet pistol grip shifter that was purchased through AmericanMuscle.com. Today I'll be doing the install on my 2020 Dodge Challenger Scat Pack Shaker Edition. Let's see how it goes. All right, so we are going to start with the shifter center console area. I will be using some interior trim tools. Basically there's a large and a small, and where you start, you're going to want to make sure that you go on the inner side opposed to the outer side. I'll do a zoom in and show you all that here in a few. Anyway, so this one is going to be holding, and this one I'm going to be using on the edge to pop it up. And if you happen to break a little clip, like I may have just done, you can buy replacement clips. They're pretty cheap, like $6 for, I don't know, however many, but okay, lots of popping. Hopefully I didn't break anything. I was talking about the inner part versus the outer part, and that's what I'm talking about as far as the outer part. You don't want to try and separate from this part. You want to separate it from, you know, the inner part here. Also, once that is loosened, you are going to take that little screw off right there. We did place a little bit of tape over the shifter hole there so that if I got clumsy, the screw would not drop. Now I'm going to use this T25 Torx driver and unscrew the screw. The screw is taken off. I went ahead and put it in a little Ziploc bag so that I don't lose it. Now we're going to go ahead and remove the shifter knob here, and you're going to go nice and slow. And now we have this connector that we have to separate. So I am going to use this little 2.5 millimeter Allen screw tool to separate that, and we want to be really careful not to break this clip, and try not to break it as you pop it out. All right, so next we're going to separate this piece. Now that that connector piece has been disassembled, we're now going to separate the boot from this plastic piece here, and there are 4 clips that we need to push in and remove. So you're going to push inward nice and hard. This is why I'm thankful I don't have long fingernails. So the 2 pieces are now removed. Okay, so now we're going to remove the boot from the shifter. So we're going to work this down, and there are 2 clips, one right there and one right there, and pop it, and then in there, and pop it off. And now we've separated the boot from the shifter. Remove the boot from the plastic, and we have to, it's glued on, so you have to kind of work that piece off without tearing it up. So it becomes a little sticky mess. And not only do you have to remove it from this part, but it's on the inside as well. So again, nice and slow. And those 2 pieces are now removed. Moving on, we are going to do the install. I now have the Hurst billet grip shifter, the boot, it came with a little screw. I went ahead and started the screw with a 2.5 millimeter Allen key tool and a zip tie. So you want to make sure that you're inserting the pistol grip shifter the right way. So we are going to go ahead and start that. It does stretch quite a bit, so we're going to leave our screw there and stretch around the screw. Trying not to rip it. Okay, so there's my little screw right there, and the zip tie is going to go around that. So we'll be placing that right below the screw here and then zip tying that in place. So let's move on and piece back the old shifter. We do want to keep it just in case you want to put your car back to stock. So here is, I do. So here is that, where the screw that I did originally put in a Ziploc bag, I'm now putting back into the actual shifter here. Now I went ahead and used that towel and wrapped the existing shifter, used a zip tie, and we are going to now go ahead and attach it back and tuck this away so that the car doesn't code. That snaps in. You want to make sure that your cord is on this side out of the way. And so I'm going to go ahead and pop the shifter plate console back in place. So just snaps in. We're just about there. So now we're going to put the new shifter in place, and I do have to screw in that little screw here. So just so you know, this connector piece is just gonna hang out. It does not need to be placed. So let me make sure I can get to my little screw head here. And we are going to, it's not me, now we're going to put the boot back into place. And it just snaps back into place. And that goes there. Voila. It's beautiful. Let's see what it's like in action here. I love it. And hey, girl can do it.